Welcome back. We are here for the fifth session, I think. Fifth session with Myth, second time in the saddle. It's been a week break. I had lots of other things to do, so we'll just recap a few things, make sure he can walk, trot and canter. Although what he's doing right now is pretty valuable, so I don't really want to scare him off. That's better. When he decides to leave, then I can help him go rather than chase him off when he's really looking at me like he was. I'll throw that out there. There, now the front feet are stepping forwards. Good. As I said, I could spend an hour or so getting him so good at this, but I'd just rather add a little bit each time, get him a little better each time I work with him. He was really easy to catch when I went to catch him this morning. And as I've said to you, you could quite easily spend as much time as you like on any part of this until it was feeling really good for you. The fact that he's looking at me now, and maybe he can touch me and let me touch him on the head rather than always want to move away from me. I don't know whether he'll let me walk all the way around him. Before, when I get behind him, he'd tend to... That's good, he wants to keep track of me. I'd like to change eyes. So I could have caught him straight away, but there's a few other things that he needs to cope with for me. It's like, why can't you stay with me when I come around and rub on you here and change eyes? That's good. But then when I feed him, he tends to put himself on the other side of the feeder all the time, so it's just his distance and defense system. He goes, I don't 100% trust you yet. And I don't think that I can blame him. Let's see how this stuff is really for me getting him ready to bridle. So all that in over his ears. Maybe checking his nose. He's resisting their fingers on the other side, so it doesn't matter what you do. Just be aware of what you're teaching him. If he relaxes there, then I release him and rub. So if I was thinking of putting my fingers in his mouth, but actually he'd probably take his head away if I did that. So I'll leave that until another time, or I'd spend an awful lot more time getting him ready. Bring behind towards me, bring him through. Do the same on this side, just get him ready for a bridle. There we go, maybe this side you'll let me, there, fingers in, yep. Good, I'll hold the halter. And I've got a lot more trust for him anyway now than I had, because he doesn't think I'm going to kill him so much. I'm not going to let go of his head until he waits for me. Now he's waiting, I'll step back, move the hind. Yeah. Lead the front. That feels good enough. Put that over there. Probably ride with 2 reins from the beginning today. Just that so it's not miles too long for me. And he's not that wild that he's going to kick me, so I can face him, step back a little bit more along his flanks. If he was really sort of wild, you wouldn't step this far back because you could get kicked by a hind leg. But then maybe you shouldn't be getting on anyway if he's that wild. Good. And legs up and over. Worried him a little bit there, but he was responsive enough to just bend to a stop. And maybe if I'd got my stirrup, I wouldn't have even bothered stopping him, but I hadn't yet, so I wasn't set. Give him a scratch back here. Reach down, bend him a little. Left leg's a little busy now, trying to move the hindquarters. He's going to have a lick and a chew. That's pretty good. So he's playing with my foot, and that in itself is going to get his jaw moving and probably get him thinking. Bend him a little this way. Probably see my right leg, he might chew on it, he might not. Scratch him this side so the right eye is getting exposed a little. I'll try to set that up that he doesn't actually get his teeth around the side of my stirrup and get it jammed between his teeth. Have a wreck. Good boy. Just rubbing. Left hand stroking him, but I can take it to the saddle horn whenever I need to. This is being a passenger really, like he's searching around the round yard. That's why we use these things. See if I can just encourage him to keep moving. I don't care whether he goes right or left here. I just want him to keep moving. The legs are busy when he stops, just trying to help him keep going. Rather than pull on him, just as I take a hold of his head, my right leg's starting to bump in his ribs a little. And I'm going to keep bumping and holding until that hind steps. And then release and go this way. And rub. Change hands, just do that a few times. Bend him. Left leg's a little busy. Might wait for him to put some slack in this rope. There, then I'll give that back. Give him a rub and a scratch. But again, you know, I've got my hand around the saddle horn fairly tight when I do that sort of thing. Because I think this should be comfortable, but it could scare him. The amount of times that you think you know what a horse would like, and actually all horses don't like the same thing. Not at the same time anyway. In another month he might love me scratching and rubbing him everywhere and come looking for it. So push him on again. Legs a little busy. There we go. Stroking, 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 stroking. Hold the saddle horn because quick change of direction come there. Stroking and rubbing. There's a time I can direct and there's a time that it's just not going to help me trying to direct him. It's going to make life worse. Now you see he's down and I can direct that life quite easily and move the hind. And then reach down here, sit back and push his hind out from underneath. Left leg's a little busy to move the shoulders across. Might walk for a few strides again. Just want to know, you know, if I open the gate, I just want to know that I can bend him if kangaroo jumps out. There's plenty of them around here. Come on. Yeah, he's just heard another horse calling. So that won't help you. You've got to learn to stay with me. You've got to learn to stay with me. Good boy. Come on, stay with me. Huh? Let's go. Let's see if we can encourage him to go right. There. Try and encourage him not to fall in. Or get his nose ahead of his, you know, if he's falling in with the shoulder, then I need the nose further on the inside really. So move the hips out. And go again. Again, nose on the inside, move the hips out. Release him. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we haven't counted to the right and he's falling in quite a lot, so don't want him to fall over. Encourage him to stay out more, stay out more, stay out more, stay out more, stay out. That's it. Let's see if I can get him to stand next to the gate long enough. So right round to the fence, bump him back, bump, 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 release. And he'll come up here and just go past the gate again maybe. Now left leg, there. See if I can just get him to stop there long enough. So his first trail ride might be from here across to the arena. And then at least I'll have fences again. So we'll just give that a push. Bring him through. And I get to bend him and release him and bend him and bend him and go out here a little way and bend him, and we can come back to our little round yard. So that could be my little security zone. Build up some more relaxation in him before good rub. But he's hooked on these other horses here. I think it's best for me just to get out and get him away from them. So we'll just go down the track here and I'll see you in a little while. Come on, round you come. And around we go. Rein and the right rein. Don't want to pull on him hard, just don't want him to just run around everywhere. A little bush, I might start doing little circles around all these bushes. Just make sure I can get to his feet. You know? Ride around a little further, there's a few more little bushes here. Just ride around them. Why I came out here, that leaning and running around that he's learning to do in the round yard, it will become a habit. So I'd rather come out and just ride him and get him really relaxed. Just has these little bursts of energy where he has to go for a little run. I'll just bring him through. See if we can come between the trees here. Move behind a little big blue brush straight ahead of me. I'm seeing him a little fast again, so the left leg's a little busy. I'll just do a few circles around this little blue bush, just around until he listens to me. And then I might move the hind all the way out and go the other way around it. So while I'm out in the scrub, I can practice on all the things that he needs to learn, the control things. Move his hind out. Move his hind out. Every time he really takes a hold, move his hind out. Move the hind out. Move the hind out until he comes through here this way. Now I'm just offering some little guidance with the right front as it leaves the ground to see if I can bring him around. Yep, and head back. And stroke. And rub. He's sort of searching, checking things out. You want to go out the gate again? No, that's way away from you, friends. But it feels so much better when he hasn't got that thought of having to. There we go, that's nice. Yeah. Move behind just a little, there. So I started off with a bit of an idea that I was going to have a little ride in the round yard, and then he sort of told me what he needed me to do to help him. And I think probably from now on, we won't do anything in the round yard. We'll do something in here and go out for a ride and build things up on the trail. So that'll end his 5th session.